Was Africa a border continent before the arrival of the Europeans? This has been one of the many questions people have been asking. Now, you can't easily move from Ghana to Togo. You can't easily move from Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire. It has been a major problem here in Africa. If today is your first time here, kindly subscribe and don't forget to tap on the bell icon for all notifications. Thank you so much. Now, before the arrival of the Europeans, Africa did have some form of borders, but they were not the same as the borders we know today. The continent was mostly divided into smaller independent kingdoms and empires, each with their own distinct boundaries. These boundaries were often based on natural features such as rivers, mountains, and deserts, and were subject to change over time as the balance of power shifted between different groups. Now, it's worth noting that the African concept of borders was often more fluid and flexible than the Western concept, which tends to see borders as fixed and immutable. African groups generally relied more on informal agreements and understandings between neighboring communities rather than on formal written agreement or treaties. With the arrival of the Europeans, this changed as they imposed their own system of rigid borders and territorial sovereignty, which has had significant and lasting effects on this very continent called Africa. The creation of borders among Africans was largely a result of European colonialism. During the scramble for Africa in the late 19th century, European powers divided the continent and established colonies, which later became the countries we know today. These arbitrary borders were drawn without regard for the diverse ethnic and linguistic groups already living in those areas, which has led to conflicts and tensions that persist to this day. It is important to remember the impact that colonialism had on the continent and to work towards understanding and reconciliation. One other way to address the issue is by promoting regional integration through trade and infrastructure development. Building more efficient transportation systems and cross-border infrastructure can also help to facilitate trade, movement of people, and reduce tensions between neighboring countries. Now, in conclusion, resolving conflicts through peaceful means and good governance can also alleviate border tensions. Government can work towards reducing corruption and providing services such as education, health, and employment opportunities, which can help address the underlying issues. Just imagine a borderless African continent, which will be a very interesting concept to consider. One potential benefit would be increased ease of trade and movement between countries, leading to economic growth and cultural exchange. And I believe we should all support this campaign, A Borderless Africa. Thanks for watching. My name is Kwekwo Shredaho. If today is the first time, hey, please subscribe for more videos.